Sarah Mlynowski, and I am the author of over 50 books, including Whatever After and Best Wishes, and this new exciting series that I wrote with Christina. Yay!
Hi everyone. I'm Christina Soontornvat, and I'm the author of the Tryout graphic novel series and Best Wishes with Sarah. And we're so excited to talk about our new series is Rumor Has It, and that's what we're here to talk about today, illustrated by the wonderful artist Maddie Wong. And Maddie is with us in spirit, although
Yes.
not on the screen.
Hi, Maddie.
And throughout the show, we're going to be answering questions. We're going to talk about the book. We're going to talk about how we write together, how we work together, and you have figured out that we're really good friends. And if you have questions, you can submit questions wherever you're watching from. And throughout the show, if you're watching on TalkShopLive, you can click the shop button. We've got signed. We're doing pre-orders for the book. Signed book plates are going in every book. Sarah and I have both signed them. So it's a really great opportunity to get both of our signatures on the book. And if you're watching on Facebook or Instagram, you can comment the word shop for links to order. And if you're watching on YouTube, there's a link in the description for you to order. So here we go.
Okay, here we go. We should tell them about the book. So we have a new series coming out, and it's with Scholastic's Next Line that is launching in October. And in this book, there are two girls, and their parents are getting married. So they're the father and the mom have gotten engaged, and they are moving across the country and blending families and moving in together into the new town of Lost Bluff. And of course, chaos ensues because there are 5 kids. And they are now all living together, and there's some drama and fun stuff, and it's we're so excited for you to read it.
Yeah, lots of drama. We're saying this is great for fans of like Sweet Valley High or like Dork Diaries. Actually, my daughter was saying that. She was like, "Oh, this is like Dork Diaries." I was like, "Yeah, it is." And every book is very readable. Like we tried to make it as just like unput downable as possible. So very short chapters, very compulsively readable. And then there is art in the book. So not a graphic novel, but definitely illustrated throughout. So there are color illustrations. Maddie Wong has done, sorry, it's mirrored. So I keep going the wrong way. Maddie Wong has done these incredible color illustrations in the beginning of the book, these beautiful spreads, and then black and white interior illustrations throughout, which will be in the final book.
So it's heavily illustrated. Yes. And it's geared towards like 9 to 12-year-olds. But the girls are actually a little bit older. So they're in high school. So it's older stories, but written for a slightly younger audience. We're really excited about that. So let's answer some questions. Christina, I see so many questions in here. Okay, I'm so excited. So for Smiling Sarah was about Whatever After. No Whatever After. I'm doing Luckies right now. I'm very excited. There are going to be graphic novels for Whatever After, but right now I'm really excited to launch the Luckies with Christina. And so for Gina, the question was, so how did you two come together to write this series? Well, that's a great question, because this is not our first book that we've written together, actually. We wrote a book called Time After Time called in the Best Wishes series, and we loved writing together so much. Then when we heard about the new Next Line, we thought this would be a really fun line and imprint for us to try writing a new series together. So we pitched the idea and to Amy Friedman, our editor, and she said yes, and I decided to write at least 3 books in this series. So this is the first book. We've already finished writing the second book in the series. That's going to come out just a few months later. And we have not really we don't kind of know what happens in the third, but we're still brainstorming what happens. Hopefully there'll be lots more than 3. Hopefully there'll be like 20 of these books, just like Whatever After.
Yeah. We need a breather before book 3, before diving into book 3.
Yeah,
but Sarah and I both come from blended families. So both of us, our parents divorced, and we have a very fun and dramatic family stories. Both of our parents got remarried, and so like we just knew that there's a lot of emotion and a lot of loving, wonderful things that happen when your family takes unexpected turns. So we really wanted to write about that. And that's exactly what happens with our main characters, which is Annie and Leela and the
Yeah.
Luckies.
And they are thrown together, and they're very different personalities who, at first, really, there's tension between them. And there's also other teenagers in the house. They have an older brother and a younger sister and a younger brother. And so there's all these conflicts together. But they, of course, learn to love each other over the course of the series. And, spoiler, it's not all tension and bad. There's of course some real heart in there, but there's a lot of like, what happens when you're the new family in town and people are gossiping about you and talking about you, and how do you feel about that? So there's lots of everyday romance and fun and friendship drama in there as well.
Okay, Jason is asking, who are your favorite characters in the book?
Ooh,
Sarah,
I
do you
mean,
have a favorite character?
yeah, I have both of them. Well, what's funny is because these are two characters, the two main characters, and we alternate point of views between the books. So we started off, and I think I was mostly writing from the Leela character, and Christina was mostly writing from the Annie character. But then we quickly changed, and we both write from both characters. And so I think I love them both. They're both kind of my favorite characters, I would say.
Yeah,
Right?
same.
And
Yeah,
and
same.
the dog and cat. There's also a dog and cat. So they're fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's fun. It's funny because I feel like when we're drafting it, we're doing like one or the other, but then by the time we've revised it and gone through it, I can't tell. I can't remember what I wrote and what you wrote, which I think
Yeah.
is great. That's a good sign to me that it's gelling, right?
Yeah. We can tell you a little bit about how we wrote this book, because people are always interested in co-writing. So if any of you out there are interested in co-writing, I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun to do. And the way that we did it is that because we live in different places. I live in Los Angeles, although I'm in Boston right now, but I do live in Los Angeles, and Christina lives in Tennessee. And we wrote most of it on a Google Doc. So if any of you guys use Google Docs, it's a great way to write with other people. And so we would each go break up the work. Like first we brainstormed the idea together, and we wrote ideas in the Google Doc at the same time. We were both on it. And then we would divide the work we outlined first. We're both big believers in outlining books. So we both outlined the books, and we would each work on that for about an hour. And then after that, once we finished that, and our outline was about 20 pages or so, 10, 20 pages. I think that's probably it.
Yeah.
And we really write down all the things that happen in the book. And then we each worked for about an hour each until the first draft was done. Sorry, 1,000 words each until the first draft was done, and then an hour each of revising until that was done. And that's how we decided to, I guess, share the work of this book.
Yeah. And I'll say the best thing about working with Sarah is that she is adamant that you do not go over. Because this is the thing about co-writing, is that it is really fun, but you have to I feel like I've learned this from you, because Sarah, I have not really co-written other things. I've collaborated with other people, but have not. This is like the only co-written thing I've done, and you've done it several times. But like, you have to work to keep it fun. Like, you have to make sure it's still fun for everybody. And so Sarah will be like, I see you still in this doc. Are you spending more than an hour in the document? Like, you can't go over your hour, because you don't want the other person to like get burned out. So you keep it fresh.
Yeah, and you have to keep it fair and fun, and I think that's just part of it. I have co-written a lot. I'm kind of like an expert co-writer at this point. I also co-wrote a series called Upside Down Magic with Emily Jenkins and Lauren Markle, and that was a Disney movie as well. And the Best Wishes series, which I co-wrote one of the books with Christina. So I have co-written, I want to say, like 11 books before. So I've tried different ways to do it, but I just found that this is the best way to keep everyone engaged, excited, and to not get burnt out. And so it's been fun to do.
Yeah. Okay. Chandra is asking, is this like a modern day Brady Bunch?
Ooh.
Yes, totally.
Good comp.
We don't, that's like the reference that we say with us. And then like, we've realized that for our target audience, there's a lot of kids who just have no idea who the Brady Bunch, like what the Brady Bunch is. So, yeah. So, but yes, absolutely. Which I loved the Brady Bunch. I watched that I
This is
loved that show.
yeah. Okay, Ariel, do either of you see parts of yourselves in Annie or Leela? Yeah, I think I see myself in both those characters a lot in some
Yeah.
ways. Yeah, for me, writing Leela moves from New York into a city into this house in Tennessee, so she's kind of used to the big city, and suddenly she's living in the suburbs. And that was a little bit my experience recently as well. I moved from New York to California, and so I was definitely channeling that kind of missing of New York City. And Annie, I feel like is just open to everything, and in a lot of ways I'm like that too. So for me, that's what I channeled for those two characters. What about you,
Yeah.
Christina?
Yeah, same. I feel like Annie is has the attitude I wish I always had. No, I'm not 100% Annie all of the time because she's just like, "This is gonna be great. This is my new," she's just like so excited, a way to start over and so optimistic about everything wonderful that's gonna happen. And my goal is to be more like Annie. But what's funny is in the second book, now we're working on the second one, and we can't spoil what happens in the first book, but after events of the first book, there's kind of a little bit of a personality switch, and Leela is going to be more open to new things, and Annie's a little bit more, some things have happened. She's more cynical, so it's kind of fun to switch them up. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
such questions coming up in the chat.
You see, I'll just say also that the two characters, when they move into this house, they've basically, Leela's mom has inherited this huge house in Lost Bluff, and it's like the biggest house in town. And she hasn't lived there in like over 30 years. So everyone is very curious about this family who's coming in and taking over this house, and all these kids that are inside it. So everyone's just like talking about them and wanting to know who they are, and they're just very much all that anybody can talk about in town. They're the most exciting thing that's happened in Lost Bluff in like 10 years or something like that. That's part of the story and part of the fun too. And fear, because that's kind of my worst nightmare.
Which is like my reality. Like what actually
Right.
happened, because we moved to Tennessee a couple years ago, and we moved to a small town, and it's not like everybody's gossiping about us, but it is a small town where people know, like, oh, you moved into that house. Like, people are kind of have their eye on everything that you're doing. Which is funny. Okay, Rachel's got a great question. It's just asking about like planning out the series. Like, when you pitch a series like this, do you like have an idea how it will continue through a series of releases? Do you already know the ending? That's a great question, because we have 3 books that we have planned, but of course we're hoping that we get to write more. So I think it's just about like coming up with a concept and characters that have a long, you could write about so many things with them. But for sure, have to plan how things are going to flow through 3 stories.
Yeah, and we did, I won't say what it is exactly. We did introduce a ticking clock in book 1 that in our minds can last for at least 3 books, if not more. So to make it feel like we definitely came up with character arcs that would last for 3 books, and then with the idea that we can extend it if people love the series as much as we do, and we get to keep writing it.
Oh my gosh, you guys, there's so many great questions here.
Yeah.
If you could how about Leah? If you could spend a day with one of the Luckies, who would it be and why? Well, I mean, I would definitely spend the day with Alex, because he's like
fun.
perfect. He's Annie's older brother, and he's like good at everything. It's, he's like star of the football team. Everyone, all the kids are in love with him and want to be his best friend. And it seems like everything he does is easy, but not everything. Maybe not his romance, maybe not his love life is going exactly the way he wants it. So yeah, I guess I would pick Alex. I just want to be Alex. I feel like we wrote him because he's like, you wish everything went easy for you.
Yes, who doesn't wish that? Lindsay, how did working with illustrator Maddie Wong influence the story? That's really a really good question. I mean, I think Maddie came aboard after we had already written most of book one, and we saw a bunch of different illustrators' art, and we just loved her work so much. And we thought she'd be perfect, and we thought, she just nailed it. We were so excited to see how she did it, and yeah, I mean, to me, I love working with illustrators because it always allows you to see the characters in slightly different ways, and it was really fun. It was really fun to work on it. But I don't know. You know what? It's interesting now that we see the whole book. It'll definitely give us insights into other scenes and stuff that we could create. But one of the great things about the art of Next is that the illustrations don't always match exactly the text. Like it's more like some of it is kind of more mood art. So it doesn't have to be exact, but it definitely sums up the spirit of the books.
Yeah, and I'll say, like, when I write, I don't know if you're like this, Sarah, but I don't have, like, a solid idea in my head of what the characters look like when I'm writing them the first
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
they're just kind of hazy, but now that we have the art from Maddie, like, this is who's in my head when I'm writing the scenes, is, like, her versions of our characters,
yeah,
which is it's so
definitely.
interesting how it happens like that.
Yeah.
Um
There was this question here from Mallory, which is interesting. Will future books focus on different members of the family? That is a really interesting question because when we came up with the concept originally, we debated if we wanted to like if we wanted to jump point of views and just show different people. I think when we first started talking about it, because we were like, should we show a scene from Alex's perspective? I think right now we're just showing the two characters going. I mean, you see all of them, but it's really from the two points of views. But we're not opposed. I mean, you never know what's going to happen in a book, and I think throwing Alex in, or if the series lasts a long time, then we can go to Aiden, the little brother. We can show different stuff. We can show different points of view and different characters. To me, it's like the Lost Bluff. It's going to this town that's really interesting and fun as well. So I think we can take it in different directions.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Oh, yeah, you know what? Just if you're just joining us now, we're
Hello.
talking about we're talking about the Luckies. Rumor has it, book one in the series. And look, I'm gonna move out of the light a little bit. And I'm Christina Soontornvat, and this is Sarah Mlynowski, and we're both
Hello.
the co-authors of the book and the series. And just a reminder that if you're watching on TalkShopLive, that you can click the shop button to pre-order copies of the book that we've signed book plates. Both of us have signed book plates for. And if you're watching on Facebook or Instagram, you can comment the word shop for links to order. And on YouTube, there's a link in the description. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back to some questions.
Here. Okay. So were there
yeah.
any scenes you especially from Jesse? Were there any scenes you especially wanted illustrated? I always want the big set piece scenes illustrated because to me those are the most fun. So there is like a big, I don't want to give anything away, but a big dance scene in here. And I don't know if the art is actually in there yet because we only have the advanced copies right now, so it's not finished. But I was really excited to see that. I love seeing all the characters get together. And so yeah, to me, like the big pivotal scenes in the books are always the one that I want to see. What about you, Christina?
Yeah, same. I think same. But you know what was really fun was like when we realized we wanted to have the girls in their rooms. And
Yes.
like because that's one thing about when they first get to their house, because they're both moving into this new house. Like, do you remember watching The Real World when it first came out? This is like really dating me. Like on MTV, the reality show, and they all get to this new house and they're like, you get to like pick your room, which room you're going to have. And so that's like kind of what I was thinking when the kids arrive to the house. Neither Leela nor Annie or any of their siblings have been to the house before. And this is like the first time all of them are living in a mansion. Like
Yeah.
it's sort of like they're going to like the real world mansion and they get to pick their room. And so like just thinking about like, oh, I want this room or I want that room. And then knowing that Maddie was going to illustrate them in their rooms and how they would decorate them differently and the colors they picked, that was really fun too.
You're also much more visual than I am, Christina. I feel like you're so much better at that type of stuff. Like I never have great ideas for the art or anything like that. And Christina has very specific ideas. So you must, when you write or you see a world, you must see it a lot. Like in a way that I do not, which is why it's so great it's if you partner with someone to co-write, to have, work with someone who has different skills, because I'm like,
Aw.
that's great, good. I'm like, I don't notice anything. And Christina was like, well, maybe we can make this a little cooler. Maybe we could do that. So thank you for that.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely had great notes on the outfits. I just want to say on the style. I was like, is this New York? Is this New York enough for Leela?
That's I would ask my daughters. I have two teenage daughters, a 17-year-old and a 13-year-old. And so I would ask them, is this cool? Is this is this what they would wear? So they had very strong opinions. I needed extra help for the outfits.
Oh, what about, I
Okay.
love Teresa's question. She's asking, what excites you about creating a fast-paced middle grade series? That's a great question, because we definitely were really intentional about how we wanted the series to feel. And of course, everything in the next line is it is fast paced. It's like unput downable, and that's very on purpose. I'm sure that a lot of you who are watching are aware that everyone, not just kids, are so distracted by screens, and reading stamina has been going down. And so we're thinking a lot about, like, okay, how can we grab readers, especially like young readers, tween readers, and get them hooked in, and hopefully they'll read this series and then they'll just keep reading more and more series, whether it's in the next line or any books at all. So we're really excited about that. We're thinking a lot about that.
Yeah, definitely. And we did try hard to make sure that there were like cliffhangers at the end, and that you're propelled forward by every chapter. It was a different type of writing for us. In this, it was very fast paced, very fun, very realistic. I usually write fantasy, so I haven't written realism in a while, and it was really fun to do.
Yeah, same. I know.
Yeah.
I usually write fantasy too.
Yeah.
We didn't put any magic in this story. How did we do that?
Well, gee, there's a fairy. No, I'm just kidding. There's not going to be. Okay. What is a question nobody has asked us about rumor has it that you wish someone would ask? Well, to be honest, these are the first questions we've really gotten, because it's one of the first events we've done about the book. So these are all new questions for us. These are all fun. I'm trying to think of what is a question no one has asked. Pretty much everything but the ones that we've said.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we're talking a lot about like how much fun it is, and how there's I think we've hinted that there's romance that's very like a light romance in the book. There's crushes and first relationships and things like that. And we're talking a lot about all the fun stuff, but there really is, like, we did really work very hard for there to be like some deep internal character building things going on.
Yeah.
Even though it's a shorter book, but both of the girls are dealing with like Leela is dealing with her father passed away. It's been several years now, but she's still dealing with that loss, and leaving New York City she really feels like she's kind of abandoning her dad, like she's betraying him by moving to this new city, even though she loves the man who's going to be her new stepdad. And then Annie, her mom, she's mirror. Annie is very conflicted about her mom, who's an actress in Hollywood trying to have a career, and who doesn't seem to be as interested in Annie's life. So there's a lot of stuff that's deeper that's going on, even though this is a really fun exciting book, page turner of a book. So if you could ask us about that.
Yeah. The question here is, what books are we reading? From Maria, what books are we reading right now other than our own? What am I reading? I'm reading Yesteryear. Actually, I just started it.
Oh, you just started it? I thought
yes. No,
Oh,
I haven't
okay.
read it yet.
I feel like everyone I know is reading this book. I need to read this book. I'm really
This is a
behind.
grown-up book for those. This is not a kid's book. I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm only like 2 pages in, so I don't know. So I'm assuming it's an adult book. And kid, let's see, what books are the kids in our lives enjoy reading?
Well, You know what? My daughter, my youngest daughter's in 8th grade, and her middle school librarian just assigned one of my books as like middle school summer reading. I'm
No,
not even kidding.
that's which book?
The Last Map Maker.
Okay,
So
that's
it's a
amazing.
fantasy adventure. Yeah. And and I read it to her like years ago before it even came out, like when she was a lot younger. So she's reading it on her own. But it's just so weird. It's like, I'm like, I hope that you don't hate me right now that you have to read one of my books. Like, but
Would you
so
ever put
she's
your kids into your books?
actually in this book there's an island that's named after her. So
Okay.
yeah, like names and things like that. Yeah.
I hope that's a test question.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope that is too. She'll think that's cool. That will earn
Yeah,
her some cool points if it's a
yeah.
test question. But what else are we reading? Oh, The Second Life of Snap by Erin and Trotta Kelly. My youngest, she's started that and I read it and it was really good. It was great. Highly recommend.
Got it. My teens have moved into like adult books a little bit, but then they still love like the Girl's Guide to Murder. They love all dystopian stuff. So there's a lot of those going around my house as well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
same. Elowen's rereading Hunger Games. That's like her
Ah, that's a fun one.
favorite.
Yeah. All
It's
right.
so
What other
good.
questions do we have? Oh my goodness. Which character from Rachel would survive longest in a reality TV competition? I
Oh my
think,
gosh.
I mean, it's a very good question. I have different answers. I think depending.
Well,
Here's
I
the
think
thing.
I feel like Leela would like quit immediately. Like she would just be
I don't know. I was gonna say no. I'm not sure. I think Leela would actually be like, okay, I'm not. I could do this. I'm gonna be like subtle about it. My girls are very into Survivor, so I've watched like the last many
Okay.
episodes. And
Oh, all right. Survivor.
kind
Okay,
of a
yeah.
game too. It's not just that's
Yes.
another strategy in the game. And so I think Leela would have a strategy about how to do this and how to like, yeah. And then there is kind of there's a character named Nessa, who is a little bit conniving, I would say, and she would probably devious. She would probably do well on a reality competition, I would think.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Some back dealing and alliances and things like
Yes.
that.
Although Alex is
Um,
good at everything, so he would probably win.
yeah, if it was like any kind of like actual real survival show with
Yeah,
like physical skills involved, Alex would win.
it's true. It's
Uh,
true.
um, oh, Kelly's asking if there are any hints we can give about book 2. Should we give any hints? We can't give like the big hints,
I
but
know we can't give really the big hints about what it is, but it's called
oh,
Rumor.
but oh
Rumor
yeah,
Has. No, it's called what is it called? I just forgot what it's called.
two
Yeah,
truths and a
Truth is
lie.
a lie. Yes. So there is some lying in the book, and there are also two truths. There are
Yeah.
truths and
Oh,
lies.
well, we can say that, okay, so Leela's mom is a novelist, and in the second
Oh,
book, she's gonna have like a magazine story about her, focusing on her, but focusing on her family. They want to focus on like how she's moved back to the town that she grew up in, and they've got this blended family. And so it's very much like how when you take your Christmas card photo, you're like trying to be, or your holiday card photo, or you're trying to be like, we're the perfect family, but actually, like the day that you take the picture is like the worst day ever, and everybody's griping at each other, and nobody wants to
yes.
be there. That's sort of what's happening where it's like, yeah, it's like supposed to be this we're one big happy family. But the moment that it actually happens where they come to do the photo shoot, everything's going wrong, lots of family drama. So that's part of what's happening.
And that would definitely be one of the scenes that we requested Maddie illustrate, because to me, that's like one of the biggest, most fun set pieces in the books. We definitely want to see that. And I'm pretty sure that we asked for art based on that scene. If not, we should.
Yeah, no, we did. No, we
Okay,
did.
good, good,
Yeah.
good.
I know this won't be a spoiler, but it's like at Thanksgiving with like
Yeah,
everybody kind of like at their wits' end at
yeah,
Thanksgiving.
yeah,
Which happens, right? Oh, and that's another thing that's fun is that it's happening in the fall and it's transitioning into winter, so weather is a big
yeah.
part of it as well. So
the first book takes, I guess, place over about the course of a month. And then the book 2 is a little bit later and goes up to the winter holidays.
yeah.
So yeah, we're showing I guess the first year at least of the life of the Luckies.
That's right.
Okay, from Pam, which Luckies character would be most likely to start a rumor accidentally? Ooh, good question. I think that would be Annie.
Yeah. No, yeah, no spoilers, but maybe that does happen.
It
Or
does.
is it? Yeah,
Well,
sort
yeah,
of accidentally. Yeah,
sort of
kind of.
accidentally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, the book 1 and book 2, you have a bunch of other characters you don't know who they are, kind of texting each other about the main characters because they're so excited about these new people moving to town. So we actually get to see a bunch of the texts about what other people in town are saying about Annie and Leela and their family. So you have a real feel of like gossip in the book.
Yeah. Maria says, would you like to see a movie or a TV series be based on this series?
Yeah.
Yes. Maria, have your people call our people. We would love that.
We are always trying. Yeah, I mean, it's I had Upside Down Magic was a movie and that was really fun, and I'd love to see more of the books, especially the ones that I've done with Christina, become movies and TV shows. I think that'd be really great, and we're always talking to different people about how to make that happen.
Yeah. I feel like Sarah, you're so good at writing cinematically, like writing for, I can see all of your books like unfolding,
Oh,
eh, on screen. Like it's
oh,
like as I'm reading,
I just have a lot of dialogue, I think, in my books. When I write my books, I often think in dialogue, like how people are, like it's all the conversations that people are having, and so I feel like maybe that translates into watching people talk on screen because I'm really not a visual person, so it's really all about conversations. But I do
Yeah.
see a whole scene in my head. Usually, like when I'm writing or coming up with something, I can see like this like I can't visually, I don't see colors or anything like that, but I can see the
Right.
whole scene and the interaction as I'm
Yes.
writing it.
Yeah, I could see that too, because whenever we're doing a draft, sometimes your chapter it'll just all be people talking and
Yeah.
no description, no like, and she stopped to like brush her hair back. It will just be like talking. But I'm like so used to it now that I that I can tell who's talking and everything.
Okay, that's good. Because they say that's the fun of co-writing is that then Christina will go in and actually put in descriptions because otherwise I just find I don't think like that. I never do it, so I'll have to like I'll put it when I'm writing my first drafts, especially, I'll just put in like random ones. Like, she said, putting her arm down, like nobody, just something so that we know that she's there and has a body. It isn't just like talking onto the telephone. That's my first draft. So that's my hardest part. Like I find it very difficult to write descriptions just because I don't see things like that. I see them in terms of conversation. But I love writing dialogue.
I know when we have sometimes I'll skip the chapter and be like, Sarah, you do this one. There's too much talking.
You know what's strange? Like, I actually find as a reader, I do when I read books sometimes. I don't know if I should admit this, but when I read them, I sometimes just read like the dialogue. Like I'll often skip over descriptions in novels that I'm reading. I don't know why. I just do that naturally. I don't know. Then I'll miss things. I have to go back and be like, wait, what? Like there was probably something more subtle, but I just naturally mostly read the dialogue in novels even, which is
Yeah, I'm like that too. I'm like, because I'm like, I want to know what happens. Like I'm, especially if it's tense and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So Jason had a great question earlier on, which is like, what's the age range for the book? This is a great question. It's actually a complicated question because this is kind of a new thing for us, thinking about like who is going to be the best reader for this, because it is a new line, because Scholastic is doing these, the Luckies is one of the series in their next line, but they've also got another one called Rival High. So the characters are teenagers, the characters are in high school, but it's totally appropriate for like 4th and 5th grade. For my series, for my graphic novel series, the tryout, I would say that's like the biggest age group that reads my books is 4th and 5th graders. And I could see them totally loving this, but I also feel like tween readers, like up through, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, would enjoy all of the drama, all the tension that's going on. It's very relevant for what's happening in their lives. So a wide age range.
Yeah, I think a wide age range. I think in terms, like, I guess for whatever after my reader was like the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade. That's kind of how I saw it, and more like, and I would even have some like kindergartens and first graders reading it too. I think these books are going to skew a little bit older, but I think probably 4th, 5th, 6th, even 7th, or that's going to be the sweet spot for these books. In the same way that if you watch like a Descendants or a movie like that where it's about high schoolers, but it's geared towards a slightly younger audience. It's a little bit more aspirational. That's, I think, where this series is going to land in terms of its readers. We'll see.
Yeah, I know. It's very exciting because it's like the first book for the whole launch. So it's really exciting to see where it goes. But I think it's going to be really great. I think kids are just going to really love it. Love all of the books. All right, we've got time for just a few more questions.
What have we gotten to?
Okay, if the Luckies family could visit one place in the world, where would they go? From Rebecca. Where would they go?
Well, I think that they would want to go to California because Annie would want to visit her mom who lives in California. So I think that's one place that they would go. I can imagine them all going and kind of seeing that interaction would be fun. Where else would they? I don't know. Maybe they would all want to take a trip to Thailand as well. That's a possibility.
That's right. Yeah, they all actually have been on a trip together. They went on a ski trip together before they all moved, and it was just kind of a whirlwind of a disaster of a trip. Like they did not bond on that trip.
No, they did not. They all thought they did not.
Oh my gosh! I just realized we didn't talk about why are they called the Luckies? About what Yeah.
Right. Let's see. Okay. Why are they called the Lucky? Do you want to say? Wait. Well, because their last names, right?
Yeah. So Annie's family, her dad's last name is Laksanadi. So he's Thai American. So they're Laksanadi, and then Leela's family, they're the Luxembourgs.
Yeah.
And so the parents, like on the first night that they're all moved in together and they're like unpacking and they've picked rooms and nobody got people didn't get the room they wanted. And it's like very tense. And then the parents are like, we have a great idea. We've decided that when we get married, we're going to blend our names. Instead of being the Luxanidis and the Luxembourgs, we're going to call ourselves the Luckies. And the parents think it's like the most wonderful idea. And the kids are like, that is totally cringy. Like you cannot do this.
We're not doing that at all. Although I think Mia's like, that's not so bad. And then what happens is in the book, Annie is trying to create this perfect life online to kind of show her mom that she is happy without her mom, because her mom has moved to LA and is an actress, and so she wants to kind of show her mom that she's fine without her. So she starts posting about her own life and using the hashtag the Luckies to kind of show her mom that she's like happy without her. And so that's where it came in also, and we just thought that was a fun title.
Yeah. And it's very much like, each book has its own thing that the kids are dealing with, but like the whole series overall is like, what does it mean to be lucky and like get lucky in life? And they definitely don't, they're not all feeling lucky when they first move in together.
No.
But how does that change and what does that mean? So yeah. So even though it starts off being this cringy thing, I think they're going to kind of embrace it.
Yeah, I think so.
Not that they're actually going to change their names.
Because it's the name of the series. So,
yeah, right. Yeah, so they have to. Whether they like it or not, they can
at least make fun of it. It's fine. Yeah, it's all good. That's
Well, thank
awesome.
you. Yeah, thank you so much for everybody who's joined us. Just before we sign off, we'll just remind you that if you're watching on Talk Shop Live, that you can click the shop link, the shop button, and you can pre-order your copies. Sarah and I, we're going to be doing a few events together, but for the most part, she lives in California and I live in Tennessee. So when we're signing books, they're not going to be signed together, but these first copies that we're doing through Talk Shop are signed together. And then on Facebook and Instagram, you can comment shop and you'll get a link. And on YouTube, there's a link in the description. We're so excited for this series. We're so excited to share it with readers. We've been talking about it for so long and working on it so long. And so it's exciting that just in a couple months, we're going to get to actually get the books out there.
We can't wait. Thank you guys so much for listening today. It was great chatting with you and so fun to talk to you, Christina.
Yes, you too. Hopefully see you very soon in person.
Yeah, good.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.